There is harmony between serious subjects and absurd situations in the Simpsons and Futurama universes. Both programs may present some potentially terrifying and lethal topics via humor because of their cartoonish style. This is particularly evident in the way both programs address the sometimes ominous idea of organized crime and how it affects the communities in which it occurs. In their own worlds, The Simpsons and Futurama both feature extremely ridiculous, yet nonetheless dangerous, versions of organized crime. Some of Springfield's most dependable crooks are Fat Tony and the legitimate businessman's social club, but Donbot and the Robot Mafia are often opposed forces in New York. They are all interesting in their own special ways, but which of them represents the riskiest faction? Organized crime, which is violent, powerful, and very dangerous, plays a significant role in the lives of the main characters in both The Simpsons and Futurama. The majority of crime on The Simpsons is carried out by Fat Tony and his crew. Tony is one of Springfield's most influential individuals and was first introduced in Season 3's Bart the Murderer. He has regularly been seen working in the open and buying off the local authorities to keep up his illicit operations. Despite Chief Wiggum's best efforts, it's quite uncommon for the criminal to really be stopped despite his influence. Fat Tony is often recognized as Springfield's top crime boss, despite many episodes introducing other people who are more powerful than him. While he has been shown as having a large number of followers, Louie, Legs, and the incessantly reticent Johnny Tightlips are his most reliable henchmen. But Fat Tony has an unexpectedly sympathetic side. One of the show's most enduring parodies of the stereotyped position of criminals in contemporary media. The Donbot is the head of the Robot Mafia in Futurama, and Joey Mousebad and Clamps are his main henchmen. The three, first seen in Bender Gets Made from Season 2, often engage in illicit activity in plain sight, and other individuals openly allude to their nefarious deeds. They are violent and lack discipline, but since most robots in Futurama are surprisingly resilient, shooting some of their targets just serves as a warning. Despite this, it has been shown that the Robot Mafia is incredibly cunning and brutal. Donbot is ready to let go of his anger after enough time has passed since he has been duped several times over the years. Clamps, on the other hand, has often given in to his violent inclinations throughout the years. The organization's aspirations go well beyond New York as shown in Season 7's Viva Mars Vegas, as the group makes attempts to acquire property on Mars. In both The Simpsons and Futurama, the mafias have distinct roles to perform. Both of them are shown as being deadly groups with nefarious motives and an open readiness to murder anybody who stands in their path. The Robot Mafia from Futurama is particularly guilty of the latter. Practically all of their appearances, including Bender's, involve at least one attempted murder. Even when they do show empathy, mayhem is expected. Over the years, Clamps has come dangerously near to killing many members of the Planet Express crew due to his explosive temper and violent tendencies. But when it comes to committing crimes, the Robot Mafia has a particularly low success rate. This is continued in Futurama Season 8 with their appearance in Ken Keeler and James Kim's How the West Was 1,010,001 episode. They show up at the very end of the program to attempt to steal the treasures the villagers have discovered. However, it doesn't take long for them to be apprehended and integrated into the town's covert crypto mining operation. Fat Tony, on the other hand, has consistently been portrayed in an unexpectedly sympathetic manner. He briefly wed Marge's sister Selma in Season 22's The Real Housewives of Fat Tony, and his complicated relationship with his son Michael served as the inspiration for Season 18's The Mook, the Chef, the Wife, and her Homer. He has developed unexpected connections with several Simpson family members and even met an unusual fellow Christian in Ned Flanders in Season 34's The Many Saints of Springfield. These moments give the career criminal humanity, but they don't take away from his vicious side. A side joke from The Mook, the Chef, the Wife, and her Homer claimed that Chief Wiggum was put into a coma after a shootout with Fat Tony. His recurring depiction of burying corpses across Springfield with the aid of his pals is one of the darkest jokes in the show. He has no desire to attempt to correct his flaws, as seen by his connection with Flanders, one of The Simpsons' most dependable antagonists. Fat Tony often poses a danger to the Central family, even more so than attempted murders like Sideshow Bob. The Robot Mafia is a much sillier group that has fewer harmful outcomes. The Mafia in The Simpsons is considerably better than the Robot Mafia in Futurama in that regard, despite the fact that both are hysterically entertaining enemies that provide humor to their own setting.